Hello, everybody. I hope everything's going well for you. I've got some interesting subjects today. Um, Really, I'm going to touch on the Colorado theft, the retail theft, and the car theft that's been going on. I've got some information from the cops for you guys on what's exactly happening with the robberies, with the car robberies, with the retail robberies, and how it affects us. What can we do about it? Is there anything that can change? And then kind of how it affects us, how it affects everybody in the United States, but especially in Colorado. So yeah, let's jump right into it. So this right here is last night's breaking. Car likely used to break into smoke shop northeast of downtown Colorado Springs. This one was just last night, August 20th. One person was injured in a smoke shop northeast of downtown Colorado Springs, was robbed overnight. I was thrown to the ground. I don't know. I have to get x-rays. Shane Allen Hill, owner of Colorado's smoke shop, said, um, you know, what I really want to bring you guys to, obviously the store owner told News 11 that he was working late last night. He probably lives at the store and took a nap in the back when he heard a car crash into his building around 4 a.m. Hill said 6 juveniles with masks and weaponed up stormed the store, and Hill ran for his life. Really, what I want to bring you guys to is the effect of this on this business owner. This right here, I've got somebody showing up to guard the store. I have to pay to board up the building, which is at least $1,000 to pay to board the building. Hill says, unfortunately, the door was damaged, so I can't even open my doors to sell anything. Actually, I'm probably out of business. I believe that this guy had opened his stores 4 or 5 months ago, something like that. But it's going to put him out of business. This is going to cause lots of businesses to go out of business. A car came through my store 2 weeks ago. It's going to be about $30,000 to fix it. Obviously, you could run it through the insurances and all this stuff, but each insurance is going to try not to pay whatever they have. I don't know if anybody's ever dealt with an insurance claim, but no insurance is trying to pay for this because this is going to cause insurances to rise. Um, so we also have, let me get you guys another link. All right, this one 2 days ago, looking for your silver or gray Kia Soul. I circled it on the map. Front end has heavy damage and the windows are down. This right here would be where the Kia Soul is. There's going to be a business right around here that's ran into, that's wrecked. Some of these businesses aren't even reporting them to the insurance agents because your insurance most likely aren't going to cover it. Your insurance will go up even if you just report it as a business owner. This is where somebody's Kia Soul is. Not only is somebody's not only has somebody's business been ran through, somebody's Kia Soul has just been stolen and wrecked. So that's going to cause the insurance to go up on you guys' cars. Yeah, so drove by 30 minutes ago, and a homeless dude was walking away from it. I could show you guys this next one that and actually, this is the same one. I'm just reading comments. If you guys live somewhere near Holland Park and you have a silver Kia Optima, you just had your car stolen. Call it in because they were driving around here honking the horn, screaming, "We just stole this bitch." And obviously, that's funny. But if it's your car, it's not funny. If this is your business, it's not funny. These are young kids doing this. They're not 25, 30-year olds. These are 13 to 18-year-olds, most of these, that are realizing kind of the laws are getting pretty lax. Kind of, we don't necessarily have to, follow them. And even if we do get caught, this is kind of where we're going with this, is even if they do get caught, um, the cops can't do much to them because of the policies that we currently have. Let me take you guys to another robbery. This one would be Smoke Shop. This one is pretty interesting. This is a smoke shop in Colorado Springs. You can see they ran the Kia Soul all the way through it. But I want you guys to see how many of these juveniles there is. We counted them. There's nine juveniles. I did speak to the store owner. He said that there were 4 cars outside, getaway cars, 4 getaway cars, and 9 juveniles inside that store. Minimum, that would be 13 juveniles that they would have in this store right here that would be doing this robbery. This would have been 2 days after these same kids did similar stuff to my store. See how destructive they're being? I mean, they're just smashing cases. And then they're getting away. And these kids are kind of starting to figure out how some of this stuff is working. Let me take you guys to another one. This one's a gun store. Thieves stole multiple handguns Wednesday morning after driving into 2 Colorado gun stores. Officials said this is the same suspects that had driven into both gun stores and were able to steal multiple guns. So this happened July 31st. They hit 2 gun stores. One gun store they weren't able to rob. The second one they were able to rob. A little bit later, not even that long later, we had a couple more gun stores that were robbed. So sometimes they hit one gun store, they can't get into it. They'll hit one vape shop, they can't get into it. They'll go to another one. That's how ballsy these guys are. Okay, this one actually I could probably even just let you guys listen to some of this.
Some of those cases that we've been tracking. Lindsay.
Erica, this is the 7th time just since March that we have reported on this type of crime. But these are actually the 8th and 9th cases today, because this morning, as well as last week, crooks actually drove a car into 2 different businesses on the same day. Now, last week, just like today, it was 2 gun stores that crooks drove a stolen vehicle into the front of to break in. And we talked to one of the store owners who tells us that after leaving behind all that damage to his building, the crooks then went into his store, broke into the display case, and stole several handguns. Now, I have been going through all of our past coverage over the last several months. This is the timeline I have come up with so far. On March 26th, crooks drove a car into the Smoke Tokes vape shop off of Pikes Peak and South Academy. Then on May 9th, it was Plato's Closet, a thrift store up by Chapel Hills Mall. Crooks that time were not able to get in, but it wasn't for lack of trying. Police tell us that they drove a car 4 times in a row trying to break into that building. And then after that, things really begin to escalate. You have on May 21st, crooks driving into a Sportsman warehouse. Police tell us that when they did that over by the Citadel Mall, it was a bunch of kids behind the wheel, and they stole several rifles from that store. That was followed by another vape shop on May 29th. And that time, the store owner tells us they had only been in business for 4 months. Then on July 14th, it was another vape store that crooks drove a car into. And then, of course, the 2 gun stores last week and the 2 gun stores this morning. Now, the really horrible thing about these cases is that a lot of these stores are small businesses. And the owners tell us that along with all the damage to the building, which is tens of thousands of dollars in several of these cases, they've also lost thousands of dollars in merchandise as well. Now, no arrests have been reported to us yet, but we are continuing to follow closely with police. We will let you know of any updates. I'm Lindsay Gruey, back to you.
Every student deserves a pathway to.
And so they kind of break down a timeline of some of these. I have 4 more that they don't have on here. I know that there's more. I don't know of every one that's happened in Colorado Springs, but these are all just in Colorado Springs. This isn't even going into all of Colorado. This is just in Colorado Springs. May 9th, suspects plow car into Plato's Closet off Briargate Boulevard and Chapel Hills Mall. May 21st, Kids drive into Sportsman's Warehouse at Citadel Mall, steal rifles. Another smoke shop off North Circle and Palmer Park gets hit by a car. Car smashes into Cheap Vapor on Academy and Galley. July 31st, suspects drive into 2 gun stores along North Academy, one on Palmer Park, other on North Carefree. August 8th, suspects crash car into another gun store, losing their bumper, then drive across town, hit another gun store off Barnes and Powers. In the second case, the crooks were able to get in. August 19th, suspects smash SUV in front of the smoke shop, steal merchandise before fleeing. August 20th, next day, crooks plow into smoke shop at North Academy on Montebello, shattering the front of the store and stealing merchandise. I have 4 more. So I had a vape shop owner 4 months before we got robbed, which would have been in February or something. It happened to him. Galaxy Glass, 1 week before we got robbed, they got the same thing. A Kia ran through their building. Session Smoke Supply, 3 days after we got the Kia through our building, they got a Kia through theirs. Spring Smokes and Vapes, 1 week ago, they had a car ran through theirs. So totaling is at least 15 in a couple months of these cars of Kias that have been ran into retail buildings. Well, I also do have some pictures for you guys. Let me see if I can share this. All right, let me see if I can share this with you guys. So I'm going to go through a few of these storefronts that, just so you guys don't know that I'm not joking. I've talked to almost every one of these business owners. I'm trying to help these guys realistically. Here's one. Obviously, they were able to drive around these bollards, put the car right through. This one they actually did steal some guns out of. This one's another vape shop. I got ran right through. This is one of the ones that they don't have on here. Here's another vape shop. I believe that they do have this one on here. This one would be Vapor Uprising. This would have been June 18th. They don't have that one on there, and I haven't even told you guys about this one. But good news, thanks to Amazing Whoever, we'll be opening tomorrow. You can see they have got a car ran through theirs. This is mine. Got a car ran through that one. This is what people are having to do. Put cop cars in front, sideways in front of their buildings. If any business owner out there is asking themselves how to stop this, contact me. I definitely have some good advice on what you can do. There's another car through a building. So now we kind of get into some of the interesting facts about this. When they broke into my store, there were 4 of them that came in because they couldn't get all the way through. We had some gates and stuff. So they were only able to partially get through. So once they got through, they smashed a few of the cases. And when they smashed the cases, they cut themselves. And so we had blood evidence. Well, we were waiting on the car to get towed out of the front of the building. And by the time the car is towed out of the front of the building, the cops leave. They didn't even come in our building. So we go into the building, we look around, there's evidence everywhere. We have probably 3 of their fingerprints, 3 or 4 shoe prints, and we also have blood evidence, and quite a bit of blood evidence. And so we contact the police, and we tell them, we have evidence at our store. If you would like it, we can get it for you guys. They send somebody, a detective, to come gather the evidence. And realistically, I don't even want to put this detective on blast or anything, because he's just doing his job. He's just, but what ended up happening is his name's Officer Mathis. He's actually a detective. And he tells me, hey, can you talk to your landlords about how to solve this? And I said, hey, man, I'm talking to my landlords. We're putting bollards in front of every location. I don't know. What do you mean I have to solve this? He said, I had to solve it. I said, what do you mean I have to solve this? He says, we can't solve it as police officers. And I was flabbergasted. Why can't you guys solve it? You guys are the police officers. The issue, I was like, hey, you guys need more funding. What is the issue? He said, the issue is the politics. He said, we don't even have enough beds to house these juveniles. I showed you a video right there that there would have been at least 14 juveniles robbing one store. I have some stats right here of, what is this place called? Oh, wait, it might be in my notes. We have an actual place here that houses the juveniles. I want to get it right. It's called Zebulon Pikes Peak Youth or Pikes Youth Service Center, ZPYSC. ZPYSC has 27 beds. 27. Colorado Springs has probably 600,000 people in it. We have 27 beds for juveniles to house. I talked to the detective, and he says he had told me they only had 24 beds at this place. And I said, well, what is it? Is it funding? Is it like you guys need more help? How can we solve these crimes? He said, no, we don't need no more funding. We don't need more help. We need the politics to change. He says the politics are ran by Denver. And he says that the politics in Denver say that these kids are poor kids. That the kids, the only reason why they're robbing something is because how hard their life is. The only reason why they're doing crimes like this is because they don't have any food at home. They don't have any other means. They're not raised right. So, if I let my kids get away with anything and there was no repercussions about anything that they do, they would just get away with whatever. They would be savage kids. We have to be able to protect the business owners. We have to protect the people with Kias. We have to protect the people with Hondais, because it's not okay for them to just get robbed. It's not okay for all this stuff to happen to just certain people, but it's not just happening to certain people. See, what ends up happening is whenever a business owner gets robbed, they have to do a couple of things. I told you it was $30,000 of damage to my building, the front of my building. Same things happening to every one of these places. They're gonna have $20,000 to $30,000 worth of damage to their building. Now they have a couple different options. So what we could do is we could turn it into insurance, make it an insurance claim, but that raises insurance rates. I know everybody's seen their property insurance raise. This is part of the issue. Whenever you allow crime to keep going, the insurance has to pay for it. Then in 2 to 3 years, the insurance has to reclaim the losses. So the insurance goes up on property. This is part of the reason why property insurance has risen. If the insurance company has to pay $30,000 for every one of these 15 that I have, that's what, $450,000 that the insurance company have to pay? They're going to have to get it back some way. They're going to tax everybody to get it back. It's just how it works. It's just how an insurance company works. Next thing, insurance on your car. We had 15 Kias stole. To get 15 robberies, you have 15 Kias stole and ran into these stores. Okay, what do you think that does to your car insurance? Your car insurance will raise. Your rates on your car insurance will raise. On my properties, in the last 2 years, it's at least a 50% increase. On my cars, in the last 2 years, it's probably more than 50% increase. These are directly related to the theft. These are directly related to not solving the theft. Because if we keep not solving theft, we will keep getting more of it. It's just logic, just how kids work. And like I said, these are not older kids. These are not older people. Some of them might be. I'm not saying that none of them could be. Most of them are 13. We had a person rob us a month before this car goes through our store. 13 years old, the kid was. They are young. Every single person that's ever robbed us, other than a couple maybe, have been young teenagers. Now, obviously, nobody wants to deal with the inflation. Obviously, nobody wants to deal with having your insurance go up. Obviously, nobody wants to deal with any of these issues. But how can we stop the issues? How can we halt them? How can we make people accountable? We have to change the politics of it. It no longer can be the kids are just poor, poor, pitiful kids. These kids have to understand what life is about. They have to understand that the pain that they're causing rolls downhill to everybody. And the people of Colorado need to understand that as well. The people of Colorado should understand that crime needs to get solved. And if it doesn't get solved, all you will do is chase business owners out. There's no way that business owners could deal with this if this continues to happen. There's no way that business owners can deal with crime not getting solved. Because what ends up happening is you can deal with the weight of the loss at a certain point. At a certain point, you could put too much weight on a ship and it'll drown that ship. So any business, even a great business like Amazon or Walmart or Walgreens, you see them leaving California. Same thing will happen in Colorado if we don't get our shit together. Part of it is obviously that the cops need to do a better job of upholding these crimes, but the cops told me that even if we caught every single one of these people, they don't have enough housing for them, and they're going to tell us to release them to their parents. These kids are also understanding that they can get away with the crimes and nothing gets done with them. They might get 6 months probation for stealing a car and putting a car through a retail business. They might get 6 months probation. It's not a big deal. They know one of their friends that's already got caught. They're starting to learn the system. We have to change the system to help these kids not steal. Obviously, Kias are going to be easy to steal. You can see the Kia boys and how easy it is to steal a Kia. Kia needs to do a better job, but realistically, we need to start prosecuting crime better. We need to make sure that business owners and the creators aren't the ones that have to deal with this. We need to make sure that the people that are doing these crimes are the ones that are dealing with this, that are the ones that are paying for this, and there's massive repercussions for the crime. If they know, oh no, little Timmy stole a car, ran it into the store, and got 5 years, they will stop this crime. The only reason why they continue with it is because they know little Timmy got 6 months probation for doing all this crime. And so they know that they can do the same thing. They know that they can get 5 or 6 stolen cars, run it into 5 or 6 buildings, and even if they get caught, nothing happens. Like I said, if I was a cop, I wouldn't be putting my life at risk to take some juveniles to a county detention to get them right back on the streets the next day. I wouldn't be putting my life at risk either. The policies need to change. The policies are what the issue is. I hope everybody gets some good information out of this. I hope everybody made sure to like and follow, like and subscribe. And if you guys got any good information, any good input on this, please comment below what you guys think. Any business owners out there, let me know if you guys need help. I do know how to solve these ones where at least it doesn't get into your store. We've actually pretty much bulletproofed all of our stores. So if any business owner out there needs some help, don't be afraid to comment, message me. I can tell you exactly what we've done to prevent this going forward. But regardless, it's going to take thousands of dollars for your business to solve this. And it's an issue. We've been in business for 9 years. It's an issue we've never had to deal with other than this year. And you can tell it's getting out of control. You can tell that it's going to keep growing. And I just hope that we can band together, save Colorado, save this beautiful state, save this beautiful city, Colorado Springs. I love Colorado Springs. And I hope all of us can band together and figure this out and Whether we have to pull the mayors in. I was talking to the DA the other day. I could put some people on this recording, on this channel, to make sure that we can get stuff settled. But we need to figure out amongst we the people, how are we going to solve this? Are we going to keep just dealing with the lacks of prosecution, or are we going to kind of ramp it up and force our politicians to ramp it up? I appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you.